Stu and Dave Do America presents Singer versus the National Anthem.
Can I go back? Can I go back, please? I got too nervous. Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
That's unfortunate. I feel bad for her, actually.
I kind of do, and she's like, "Oh, we're live." Oh, she wanted to do it well. I think the problem is though, a lot of these singers who just keep doing that, yeah, like the thing where they just carry. Like, it's like just sing the song.
You don't need to oversing it.
You don't need to oversing
already
it.
an impressive song. You know, you got to have a lot of range to get through it. You don't need to add difficulty.
No, and just that whole like I don't know, lip wiggling like you're in the studio singing.
Right.
I don't know. It's just it's a bit much.
It is a bit
And
much.
I'm sure she's talented. And I'm sure she could sing it very well. But you're trying a little too hard.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. That's the key to life.
Really?
Don't try that hard.
That's the key to life is don't try hard?
Don't try. Bukowski said it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I guess that you never really fail if you don't really try.
No, and everything that you get, like, look at what I have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try at all.
Oh, it's true. That's true. It's very
you.
true. Dave never tries.
Thank you.
You take the easy road, take the easiest path to whatever you're trying to do.
Right. It is actually the road least traveled because people are so worried about success and how other people view them through their own optics that they tend to go a little too hard. A little too hard in the paint, I think is the term.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never paid much attention to the terms. But
I feel like you were not the guy that was in the paint a lot on the basketball court. No. Maybe roaming around the three-point line a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the bench. The painted bench.
By the way, this is sort of the opposite of the Ryan Holiday. What is it? The obstacle is the way. This is the reverse of that book.
Correct, except I'm not going to have a meltdown and lose my entire fan base over. But you can't tell people to let everything roll off.
I know.
And then freak out about the Trump.
I will say it was ill. We all have our bad moments, though.
No, and I like him. I've read a couple of his books. I don't like him. I mean, he's fine. I read it.
He came on my show. God, it's got to be 15 years ago.
Okay.
He wrote a book called something about lying.
About what?
Something about lying. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was his story about being in marketing.
Yeah.
And he had he was basically like manipulating the news.
Sure.
And he was like he would find a way to like release news to like really small outlets. And then he would call like a higher level outlet and be like, "Did you see this story?" And he would it was like a PR guy, and he would bounce it up and like he'd create these news stories. And then he wrote a book about it. It was actually really entertaining. Some of his books are great.
They are.
But he did have a rough moment there. I did see that.
He did, and everybody deserves another chance.
Yeah.
That's why I'm joking. I realize we all have our faults.
Would you allow this woman to sing one more time a national anthem at a big event?
Yes.
You would.
I think that she learned from it, and I think she should deserve. I think she deserves a second chance.
She's gonna go soft next time.
She didn't Roseanne Barr it,
No, she didn't intentionally try to sing it poorly while grabbing her crotch.
right? That's which, I mean, again, you did ask Roseanne to do it.
Yeah,
She's gonna be Roseanne about it. Even when I was a little kid, I was like, "Yeah, what'd you expect?"
that's the bit. You know, that's
Well, I mean, that was at a time though where people respected the national anthem.
now they'd probably be happy about it.
I saw a video of an old guy at a Cubs game. Did you see this?
No.
And there's a young guy in front of him, and he's like, "Stand up." He's no relation to this guy. And the guy's like, "No." And the old dude just hits him, like just slaps him in the back. And then the dude stands up for the national anthem.
Did he really?
It's the best.
That works.
I'm like, that is what my father would have done. But I would have never been there. When I'm there, the hat comes off over my heart.
Oh, yeah.
Son does the same. But yeah, my dad would have slapped the out of me. Sorry for the words.
No,
Had I sat during the national anthem.
you felt the slap as you were saying the sentence.
Yeah, I did.
Like,
Seriously,
yeah.
he would have. It would have hurt. But to watch that video, I thought it was great because and everybody's looking at the old guy like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's probably what you should do in that moment.
Yeah.
So that's the lesson of today. Don't try hard and slap people around you when they do things that you don't like.
Exactly. Especially involves patriotism.
That's right. Patriotism.
People died for that song.
I mean, not really for the song, but
Well,
for what
you
it
know what I'm
represents.
saying. For what it represents.
It would be weird to die for the song.
It would be weird if you're like, I'm just here because I like the song.
I'm just a huge fan of the tune. That's it. Okay, so let's go to the opposite of patriotism, an opposite of this guy who we all love, who's hitting people when they don't stand up for the national anthem. Let's do psycho leftist arsonists. Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. I'm Stu Burguiere, along with Dave Landau.
Ahoy, we meet again.
Very, very exciting. By the way, Dave Landau is going to be out all across the country. Big show this weekend. If you're in Michigan, you got to get there. It's in Farwell, Michigan. If you're anywhere in the area, drive. Take a submarine, a helicopter, a submarine helicopter. If you have one of those, whatever you have, get to Farwell, Michigan this weekend, Dave.
That's right. I'm going to be with the Nuge, Uncle Ted. You're going to want to come out to that show. It's Rock Michigan Red Fest. Honestly, the politics are getting really bad. Come out and support it. I think it's going to be a good thing. We're going to have a lot of fun. August 7th and 8th, you can see me. Albuquerque, New Mexico at Hyenas. August 14th, 15th, Glendale, Arizona at Stir Crazy. August 20th, Cleveland, Ohio. Is this too many?
No, I just like how you get smooth when you do these.
I try to do
on
it.
August 15th, I'll be in Glendale.
I read it in my very radio voice.
Yes, you do. I like
August 20th, Cleveland, Ohio. Hilarities. August 21, 22, Traverse City, Michigan. August 26th, Honolulu, Hawaii. And September 25th, 26th, Salt Lake City.
There's a lot of drama there. I liked it. By the way,
Try to do it.
Is there a place that someone could buy tickets if they wanted to?
DaveLandau.com.
Do that. We also have some live stream tonight on the YouTube page and on predictableshow.com for the Arizona primaries. They're happening tonight. We have a preview up already, but you can check that out. We would love if you did such a thing. Give your email address, and we'll get you all the updates. So not only can you understand politics a little bit better, but you can make a little money while you're doing it. That's always fun to do as well. Less fun was this situation in New York. Our Army veteran arrested for setting off fireworks and igniting fire outside federal building in New York City. Again, it's a little underselling it to say he was lighting off fireworks. Let me show you exactly what happened. This is what it looked like in New York City. I mean, this doesn't seem that normal to me, just walking down the street and seeing these things happen constantly, but this is what happened yesterday. Guy kind of walks down.
Okay.
A little upset, apparently. He walks towards the door, and he dumps gasoline all over the place. And then lights it on fire.
Oompa.
Oh my God!
This woman just randomly filming this guy as he sets this fire.
You know what she's not using her phone for? Calling emergency services.
Yeah, well, luckily she's got it on video, because her calling emergency assistance would not have helped us at all on the show. The video helps us.
In fairness, he's lighting gas on fire on cement. That's just going to go out, right?
Yeah, I guess. But there's also fireworks and some other explosives. People were hurt, right? I mean, this is not like
is that true?
a nothing scenario. Let me just see.
You have Roman candles in there?
Yeah, I think it was like
Some stuff that flew out?
Mm-hmm. He had airsoft guns.
Ooh.
3 minor injuries. So I guess not a huge deal, but 3 minor injuries. 26 Federal Plaza was the building. This is, by the way, NBC News initially covered it. Fireworks set off outside 26 Federal Plaza, sending smoke billowing. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Sounds like it's an old 4th of July story.
Right. Like someone got the date wrong, but they came out. They were able to get everybody excited with some fireworks, some patriotism. They did eventually.
Garbage fake news company.
I know. They did eventually correct it, just so record is clear. Incendiary device deployed outside NYC federal building, says the
gas can.
It's such a weird, I don't know. This is a strange, it's not like, this is not Osama bin Laden, right? This is not like a full-fledged, like this person necessarily trying to kill a bunch of people. But it is pretty indicative of what goes on all over and over again with these leftists. They're doing this stuff all the time. Marco Rubio just did a speech kind of talking about this. We talked to Noah Rothman on the show. Blood in Progress is his book, where it goes over multiple decades of this type of behavior.
Way back.
Yeah, way back.
Way back. Like 100 years or it's plus. That's the stuff that I didn't even know happened.
Yeah. And this is inherent on the left. This is part of the movement. It is part of it's an extreme part of the movement, but it is central to what they're doing, and also something that often mainstream normal leftists, Democrats, just overlook because it doesn't count. They just delete all the left-wing violence and only look at right-wing violence.
They do. I don't think there really is a mainstream normal.
I know.
At this point, I don't. With this, you said he was an Army vet?
Yeah.
I wonder what his logic was, and I wonder what his mental state was and why.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, he did. There is some indication as to what he was trying to do. This is the FBI Assistant Director in Charge, James Barnacle. He's talking about this on Fox News.
We take this very seriously. On his cart, he had a cart. He had anti-ICE literature on it. When he was being arrested, he yelled derogatory terms to ICE, used bad words, obviously. He is an anti-American, anti-government extremist. We know that from what he said. We know that from what he has said post-arrest. And we know that from what his actions that he tried to take today.
I mean, run him for Congress if that's his profile.
I mean, yeah,
He'd
that's
win all over this country
might as
in
well.
Democratic primaries.
Yeah. So his name's Barnacle?
That's the guy who was just speaking. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I realized that. I just was wondering who lived at Bikini Bottom, because it certainly sounds like somebody from SpongeBob.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can't take that seriously.
It is. Do you remember the writer Mike Barnacle?
No.
He was a big sports writer, I think, back in the day. He used to go on Imus a million years ago.
We used to call. Oh, I do remember
that? Yeah.
We used to smoke weed, and then when we would overtoke and start coughing a lot, we'd cough like sometimes you'd spit. We'd call those lung barnacles.
Lung barnacles.
Yes.
Nice. What a nice, heartwarming story from Dave's youth, as usual.
Don't try.
Don't do that. There you go. You don't want to turn out like Dave. Although your book will be really good if you do that. So maybe try some crazy stuff.
That's true.
'Cause your book will be boring if you don't get arrested a few times.
Pretty boring book. When you should try it enough to write a good book.
Well, there's a reason why there's not a book written about my childhood. There's no arrests. There's no fun stuff. It's like, I went to school. I was, mediocre basketball player. Okay at tennis. That's the end of the book. It's not as exciting as yours.
And once you get to tennis, you lose interest.
I even lost interest.
Yeah, no, so did I. I don't want to pretend I didn't play when I was young.
You did?
Yeah, I'm white.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just part of the deal.
The main requirement.
Yeah, especially in the 80s and early 90s, they're like, listen, you have to do this.
But we should mention this because I want to get through one more piece of information you need to know about the story. But I want to do it quickly because we have Gerard Michaels coming.
Yes, we do.
A big one. I'm excited about it. Let me give you this, though, from Andy No. He is the guy when it comes to understanding these groups and knowing what is going on behind them, these leftist crazy people, mainly because they kept trying to attack him all the time. Andy No says the suspect of the terror arson attack at the Federal Immigration Court building in Manhattan, identified as 43-year-old Andrew John Arabaka. It is an Army veteran. Officials say he came armed with 2 axes, a hammer, a machete, and 3 knives. Arabaka set off an incendiary device, injured 3 people, 2 of them government employees, 1 civilian, an immigrant attending an immigration status hearing. I will say these anti-ICE protests, they always wind up mistakenly injuring the immigrants.
Yes, they do.
I shouldn't laugh. I mean, some of them, remember the guy, I think it was here in Dallas, he started trying to kill ICE officers and he shot illegal immigrants.
Bunch of illegal immigrants.
Or maybe they may have been legal immigrants.
Yeah, well, I mean, he just shot a bunch of people that weren't ICE. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so it's actually awful. I don't know.
Am I a hero? And they're like, no.
I mean, it just the only reason I laugh, not because of the outcome, it's because they fail like they do when they try to run the government. Like they're just as bad at their protesting as they are at actually running the government.
Well, it's also hilarious when they kill the people they're trying to save.
Really?
I mean, that's why I find it.
Sadly ironic.
I don't think it's funny that somebody dies, but
Right.
I do think it's funny that the guy's like, yeah, not all heroes wear capes. And you're like, that guy's face is melted off.
He was carrying anti-ICE literature, as we heard. He is a longtime leftist climate change activist. Shocking. I am stunned by this. He participated in, you're going to be stunned to hear this one, pro-Palestine causes.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
But they're peaceful.
I know. Voter registration records show previously been registered not only as a Democrat, but also the Working Families Party, which is a socialist offshoot.
Yeah. He has to do with working forever for no money.
Yeah. He maintains fetish accounts online. where he expresses interest in defecation and bondage adult content creators. Have you seen this guy, Dave? I know your sites.
I've seen. It sounds familiar. I'd have to know his screen name.
Okay.
But I will say I appreciate the donation.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is the same guy who tried to burn down my house.
Probably. Apparently fantasized about being turned on touching his future daughter in an Instagram post.
Oh, okay.
A little dark. And here's his voter registration, if you didn't believe me. Mom Donnie says it was deeply disturbing. He can't believe it, that the people that believe exactly what he believes would do such a thing.
I know. I can't believe that the guy that voted for me did this.
Yeah, I know. Again, guaranteed he voted for Mom Donnie.
I promise.
My team is in touch with the NYPD, which is an organization, by the way. I just endorsed someone who wanted to dissolve it completely. But we're in touch with them, and we will support the investigation, even though the people I endorse say even murderers shouldn't go to prison.
Yes.
So that's where we are. I want to, it's a great story. I want to get Gerard Michaels' take on it. You know him, of course, from, I just saw him on Kill Tony. We should talk to him about that as well. I saw you on Kill Tony as well. During the clip, I'm watching Gerard, and all of a sudden, there's Dave.
I was one of the judges.
Yes, it was very, very cool. Let's talk to him about that and so much more coming up in just a second. You know, there are some purchases where you notice the difference the product makes in your life immediately. When that happens, you wonder why you waited so long. Good mattress falls into that category. I can swear by this, Dave, because of my experience on this recent vacation. I was staying at somebody's, so we were planning on staying at somebody's house, a friend's house. He had a bunch of people kind of coming in for a week. And we had initially planned on coming in early in the week. So we had, bedrooms all lined up. And then we wound up having to move it later in the week where the house was already filled. So we basically had to grab an Airbnb last minute for a couple nights.
Right.
Literally the worst bed I've ever been on in my entire life. It was as if they created it as a torture device to make you uncomfortable while you were trying to sleep. I couldn't believe it.
Airbnbs have fallen off a bit.
Oh my!
I mean, I'm saying all of them, but I'm saying a lot of them. They really stopped caring.
Yeah, I think that's true. And you don't have to spend $10,000 on a bed to make people at your Airbnb comfortable. Just go to GhostBed. Get a GhostBed. It's actually really reasonably priced. I sleep on one every single night of my life when I'm home, which makes my sleep much, much better. It's a really popular choice these days because you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the super high quality, but you're not having to spend $1 zillion to get it. They have cooling technology that's included. This bed had the opposite, which was boil your skin heating technology.
I love that.
I think.
No matter how cold it is in the room,
right?
You can just make sure you're sweating all through the night.
All through the night. Oh, God, it was awful. GhostBed gives you 101 nights to try it at home, so you don't have to believe me. You should sleep on it all summer long and feel the difference for yourself. How many summers are you going to waste on a bad mattress? Don't do it. GhostBed currently offering this audience an extra 10% off with financing. Some GhostBeds are down to $1 a day. Totally worth it. This, by the way, much more expensive than $1 a day for the Airbnb, and it sucked. GhostBed.com /Stu and Dave. Go there. Get a GhostBed. Hey, I'm talking to you, Airbnb owner.
Yeah.
Go there. Go to GhostBed.com. Please, Lord God, go there. GhostBed.com /Stu and Dave. The promo code is Stu and Dave. Very happy to welcome comedian Gerard Michaels to the program. He's the host of Gerard versus Evil. And I saw him on Kill Tony just the other day. Welcome, Gerard. Appreciate it, man.
Dave.
So excited to have you.
Oh, man. Love the show. Big fan.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you in. We've been wanting to have you in since we started.
Yes.
And I was watching I want to get into the Kill Tony thing here in a second, but one of the things I loved about it was you just came out and said positive things about America. And it's funny because you were talking a little bit about the World Cup situation. And that's the one thing I liked about it. Like that people came to this country and had said, hey, wait a minute. It's not everybody getting raped on a day-to-day basis. This is actually a great place, and I love it. I really did enjoy that.
Well, and so I was with Dave actually all weekend, and cue the conspiracy theories. Yeah.
Yes.
And we did talk about it because I said, look, I'm going to stick around on Monday, and I'm going to sign up. And I went through the bucket poll like everybody else, and in that moment, kind of what the Kill Tony universe wants, and I could be pretty edgy, but I'm like, I'm going to take this 60 seconds if this is my only 60 seconds to be like, dude. Isn't America awesome, man? Yeah. America's pretty dope. And isn't it funny how USAID goes away and all of a sudden it's popular to love America again? Isn't that crazy how that happens? I mean, we made fun of it on the old show with USAID, but it's remarkable to me in retrospect for how long and how much money the American taxpayer has been financing like their own roast. Like
really is
international,
amazing.
it's nuts internationally, and and the more I look into it, think about who's been leading the charge on. By the way, Americans are dumb. America's the worst, and it's always been somebody from outside. We got to listen to John Oliver, Samantha Bee, Trevor Noah. It's always people from outside of the country that come to this country, become decamillionaires, wildly wealthy, live out their wildest dreams of being literal television stars, but to this insane, communist revolutionaries that we have here. I mean, Jussie Smollett, the craziest thing about the Jussie Smollett story to me wasn't that he thought people would buy that a racist was hanging out with bleach and a rope at 3:00 in the morning in downtown Chicago.
Or they yelled, Subway. Or they yelled, "This is MAGA country."
Right, yeah.
Right.
Or that his sandwich was intact after a beating.
And he was still wearing the rope when the cops came. They're like, "You kept that on?"
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that we all should have taken from it is somewhere along the line, we really lost the plot on the left in America, where this guy thought he would have more social standing and gain more clout as the victim of a phony hate crime than a literal movie star. So
that's a great point.
That to me is the big takeaway from this World Cup is like when it's just an even playing field. When the commies aren't tipping the scales and running their propaganda machine, America's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And people seem to love it.
Love that.
And I was glad that you came out with that, because a lot of people will just come out with like the edgiest thing or something that is definitely kind of for the audience. It's a little more vulgar, profane. But I think you stood out as a result of what you chose to do. And for anybody, because I've seen people online be like, "Oh, so he was his opener all weekend and all of a sudden he's just on Kill Tony in a random bucket pull." I'm going to say right now, yes. If that had anything to do with it, though, I don't know. And if it did, tough This is a business where somehow you have to get your foot in the door, and sometimes people will get a slight advantage for whatever reason. If you want to be a comic who sits in a restaurant all day to wait for your name to get pulled, and it doesn't, boo-hoo. You should have seen the years where I dealt with Last Comics, the rejection in show business, and you're going to be like,
I know.
You know how many times you wanted to be on that show for the last how many years? Right. And then finally he gets an opportunity, which again, wasn't me. But I would say if it was, I would just go, yeah, I did it because now you owe me.
Right. You should totally take
Yeah, I'd like to just take advantage of it and be like, listen, buddy.
Well, wouldn't it make sense? I mean, again, I don't understand this entire process. I want to talk to you about the USAID thing a little bit more, but since we're on the Kill Tony thing, I don't understand the entire experience. It seems like it's incredibly intense, and I would be terrified to do what you did. It looked to me just every single time I watch that show, I'm like, oh my God, I watch it with the nerves of it happening to me.
Well, Stu, you should try not being a coward sometime. No, but it's like that's the thing. And everybody's like, people are accusing me of being on cocaine the whole time. And I'm like, no, dude, the system is crazy. You're in Shakespeare's. It's 110 degrees.
Yeah.
It's basically an outdoor bar. And
in Austin in June, it's like 118 degrees.
And again, people with that, and I as a conspiracy theorist myself, I appreciate it. They're like, right. So yeah, there's two people from Roast Battle, and then the two guys who hosted Roast Battle are so I get it.
Me and him hosted it.
Yeah. So
Fantasy as well.
But it was she's fantastic, but it was literally just the perfect storm. It was 110 degrees. It was a holiday weekend. Normally there's 500 people there. So you have a 10 in 500 chance of a bucket pull. But that particular weekend it was like 95.
Explain to people what the bucket pull is, how that system works.
Right. So you show up at about 5:00 in the afternoon for an 8:00 show.
Wow.
And
outdoors at a bar in Austin.
Yes, that's right. And you put your name in the list, and it's, somebody like me who's been doing comedy 12, 13 years, takes it very seriously, and then there's somebody in a man bear pig costume who's like, today's the day God spoke to me. I drove 14 hours and I'm going to be famous.
Wow.
Yes. And that's
and thank God agreed he shouldn't have his name pulled.
Because I would think too, there'd be some, and I don't know. I mean, everything I've heard is it's really like random like that. But like you'd think, he'd want to have a comedian who knew what they were doing and was good mixed in with some of the random stuff, right? The fact that you're obviously already with Dave, you're working and you've done all this stuff for a long time, it would be beneficial to the show to have someone who actually knows what they're doing.
Well, I think they hedge their bets because they have great comics like Dave on the panel. So it doesn't matter if if it's like 8 train wreck pulls, they know Dave's going to be able to work with anything. And Dave, for people that don't know, if you haven't seen him live, he is the single best crowd work comic off the top of his head. You know, improv riff comic I've ever seen in my life. Like, dude, he sold out 5 shows at the Mothership. And you want to talk about nerve-wracking, right? You're at the biggest club in the world. And you know, there's industry there. There's all these things. And I'm like, you know, trying to stay on my sets. He just bails on the set like 15 minutes in, and he's like, what do you do for a living, bud? And the next thing you know, you got comedy gold. It turns out there's a dude who's a doctor that doesn't know what his job is. And you're like, please don't ever work on me or anybody I love.
Yeah, that was fun.
Brilliant. I mean, it's just brilliant, man.
You do a lot of that, Dave, right? I mean, because it's funny. You say if you've never seen Dave live. I've never seen Dave live.
He has not.
It's really weird.
Really?
I've wanted to many times. Like every time I was about to go, something happened. I got called out for travel or whatever. That's the excuse I've been using. And until he stops, believing it, I'll have to keep going with it. But it's funny because
it's really clearly a lie.
It's clearly a lie. But I've seen the YouTube clips, and almost all of them are crowd work. Like you're just kind of going off the top of your head with random people in the audience all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to burn a lot of jokes because I have a ton that are out there, and I'm working on a new special. I have a new special coming out soon, next month. So yeah, I kind of like just putting out stuff where I talk to the crowd, and some people are like, "Well, that's easier. You don't have material." It's like, no, it's fun. Right. And you can find new material and you can talk to people, and it's like, I'm not doing it to hurt anybody or to attack anybody. I'm kind of just doing it to mine somebody's story and see where we can go with it. And it's a blast to me.
Yeah.
And that's why it's fun to have people out on Kill Tony. And with Kill Tony, I prefer to be a little more, I don't know, I like to be more encouraging. Because I know how difficult that moment is. I know how hard it is. And even if they're brand new, I mean, you got to suck really bad for me to be like, just don't do this ever again. But it's usually somebody who, like, if it's your first time walking out on stage and it's Kill Tony, one, you're so delusional, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, I commend you for even having the guts to walk out there and do it. So let's hear you out and find out about who you are and why you're doing it.
How did you get started in this?
Well, you in comedy?
Yeah.
Be bad at everything else, Stu. That's the key. I wanted to be a baseball player. I played minor league baseball, and then
I mean that's high level and very impressive.
He was successful and he's being modest.
Yeah, and but when you do that and you kind of it makes it hard to be in a regular job and live a regular life, and it just never worked for me. And then I got into government and politics, and I was like, well, this isn't it either.
Wow.
And
what did you do in government and politics?
I'm probably the only person on earth that can say that they wrote for both Chris Christie and Wendy Williams.
Wow, that is. I think there's a party of one. I think that's it.
I think I might be one of one there. Yeah, I worked in the Office of Constituent Relations at OCR and did some writing in the Christie administration in Jersey back when he was the most popular governor in the history of the United States. I'll have you know.
I gotta say, early Chris Christie was pretty good, pretty fun.
Right.
I mean, he was like coming in, and he came out of nowhere. This just big guy, and he just started yelling at everybody, and he was cutting taxes, and it seemed like it was really
he was
exciting.
Bipartisan in the beginning. I mean, he worked with Cory Booker, and they gentrified Newark in ways that you wouldn't have been able to believe. Newark was a war zone when I was growing up, and now it's phenomenal. It's one of the best kept secrets. Newark reminds me a lot of like Cleveland. I always say Cleveland's one of my favorite cities. It's like if Newark just tried a little bit, or if Philadelphia just completely gave up.
Right.
So
it's interesting you use that word gentrification in a positive sense.
It is a positive.
I totally agree with that, and I feel like
how is investment a bad thing?
Right. Improving an area, like I understand that it can hit certain people in a difficult way. Like if you're maybe later in life, you'd like to stay in your neighborhood, gets a little too expensive for you. There are some, it can hit certain people certain ways, but overall, this is a positive outcome.
The good news, Stu, is that demographic is never complaining about anything. So
No.
I'm sure they'll be totally understanding of the greater good, right? Because that's all they care about with everything else is the greater good, right?
Of course.
But then when it comes to them, it's like, no. Pay my rent and my groceries, daddy government.
Yeah, they complain that they don't want crime, but then there's tons of crime. Then you put it in a Chipotle and somehow you're bad.
Yeah, right. exactly. But the Chipotle gets robbed every 3 days.
Well, that's true. Or there's people
and then they
beating
close it.
the hell out of each other at an In-N-Out, and that goes under. And you're like, how does an In-N-Out go under? And you're like, the neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Old Oakland.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a shame.
It's interesting that you're on because Dave brings in his friends. Sometimes they're comedians. They come in here. Very rarely do we have people who come in and bring graphs to the table. This is the sweet way to my heart. Graphs on this show. I love it. We have some fascinating ones for you here in just a second. I want to bring Gerard Michaels back for this because not only do we have that, but we have a crazy piece of audio from our own Jasmine Crockett, who we love so much. By the way, follow Gerard. It's Gerard versus Evil, the podcast, the same name. Make sure to follow him on social media. Back in a second.
I love seeing the European minds explode being here for the World Cup, being lied to all these years with the propaganda, and they're sitting here like, I thought it was going to be Nazis and a race war, and it turns out there's nothing but Buc-ee's and ranch dressing. It's delightful. Yeah, dude, you've been lied to the whole time. America's amazing, dude. It's incredible here. We go skydiving with no health care here, dude. We're awesome. If you like Buc-ee's and ranch dressing, stick around for the 4th of July and check out Four Loko and Cherry Bombs. It's gonna be awesome. It's what the media does, man. They lie, man. I remember watching CNN and I'm seeing Don Lemon staring right into the TV going, middle-aged white men are the most dangerous creatures on planet Earth. And I turn and I look at my father eating easy cheese off his belly with a Ritz cracker. I'm like, oh, that's a apex predator right there.
Great stuff. That's from Kill Tony. Biggest podcast in the world. Here you are, just jumping on there. And what a moment that must be, just being called out of that room.
It was really incredible. And my father, however, has had some notes. He goes, one, Don Lemon sounds nothing like that. Yeah. 2, it was port wine cheese I would never eat, easy cheese. And 3, it's a pretzel, not a Ritz cracker. So I guess I took some creative liberties there, Dad. My apologies.
You gotta get fact checked. That's okay.
It was elegant cheese. It's a gentlemanly cheese.
Nobody knows what port wine cheese is, man. You know.
I want to get to what you brought in, which is great. I hadn't actually seen this chart, and it's insane. You talked about this before. How you talked about it in that set. Why do people believe that? Why do they believe it's Nazis and a race war here instead of awesome Buc-ee's and ranch dressing? And it's because of how people are taught, right? And it's here in this country too, not just overseas. This is a proportion of Democrats versus Republicans among faculty at elite U.S. universities. And you know it's bad, but did you know it was this bad? Harvard, 99% Democrat. Princeton, 98%. Yale, 97%. Berkeley, 97%. Columbia, 96%. Brown, 96%. Johns Hopkins, 95%. Duke and Cornell, also 95%. Caltech, 93%. Stanford, 91%. Dartmouth, 91%. Penn, 90%. And UCLA, that conservative paradise, only 89% Democrat. I mean, what kind of country do you expect when you're doing this to the kids?
I can't believe UCLA is the most Republican.
I don't think it is. I think UCLA, the other 11% are straight up communists. Yeah, right. It's like, we got you. We're actually further left. Yeah, and the best part is we're financing that, guys.
Yeah.
We are financing that. That's the whole point of this that I just cannot stress enough. And I've been beating this drum with conservative media for it feels like a decade now. Guys, get in the game. We don't engage in the culture. We don't get into sketches, although you've done a great job of that. We don't help. Well, we don't have TV shows, we don't have movies, we don't have music, right? And now when there's an even playing field, you see with country music now, it just takes off, right? So, I believe, Bad Bunny, again, coincidence, what do they say? Correlation is not causation, right? But since USAID's defunded, his streams are down 80%.
Oh, wow. Really?
So, coinky dink there. But yeah.
Dave, did you have any extended commentary you wanted to have on Bad Bunny?
Oh, of course. I wanted to be attacked more, if possible, by the wonderful group Media Matters. Because I didn't know he was from Puerto Rico.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But apparently he's also been funded through USAID, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. All I know is you can say the F word a bunch on national TV if it's not in English.
Right, which is a new line I was not aware of.
Super Bowl.
I was not aware of.
Right. Yeah. There's no way you could travel this country, right? Like I think it was Anthony Bourdain that said,
I'm tired of this life.
tie it off, the Anthony Bourdain story. To know America is to love her, though. You travel this country and you just know that, look, this is a great place, and that I don't know why we're allowing what we've allowed to happen to our media, to happen to our education system, to happen to our information verticals, and it's very clearly organized, and and it's, to me, it's very clearly communist. So.
Yeah, and there's an incentive process in play where now we are like guaranteeing ourselves a dumber, more leftist, more crazy country because of things, even like social media, right? Mm-hmm. You're incentivizing the craziest person on the left to get the job that now is no longer a social media job or a podcasting job. I mean, plenty of crazy people in our space, that's normal. But now they're taking those jobs, and the way they're building their career is getting into government and becoming the representatives. I mean, these people that Mamdani is endorsing, these are crazy people.
Such a great point.
And Jasmine Crockett's a great example of this as well. Let me show you this clip from Jasmine Crockett. I have an affinity for Jasmine Crockett because she's just like my type of crazy. Like, she's my flavor. I love it. Here she is talking about God knows what.
The World Cup that captured the imaginations of the entire world when they saw all of these people of color that was playing for all these teams. And ultimately, if you recall, the last two teams, it was Argentina and Spain. And it seemed like the vast majority of the world was rooting for Argentina, or actually against Argentina, right? And why was that? Just give me an explanation if you could guess. If you'll just let them finish the answer.
Spain had the best team. Maybe that's why they were rooting for them.
There's also a racist history that exists.
Mr. Byer, you're recognized.
Thank you.
God, that is better than I could have ever imagined.
Why is she dressed like she's in the movie Dreamgirls? What's happening?
I love how they cosplay intellectual by just throwing on glasses. Like, as soon as they put on glasses, they all get the affectations, like they're all Malcolm X all of a sudden. Like, I would like to know how the World Cup got their imaginations. Dude, it's so funny that we've come so far full circle with woke that it's racist to root for Argentina instead of Spain, the country that colonized Argentina.
It's amazing watching that clip in real time. It's almost like she understood it halfway through, like she was attacking the wrong country, and then she kind of switched it up and said Spain. It's an amazing clip. She doesn't even know her own dumb attack as she's entering into it.
Well, the guy's basically saying, I don't think that was a question or a statement or a point. He doesn't even know what, and that's why the guy's like, yeah, you're fine. We've been acknowledged.
Oh, that is so good.
Dude, I don't know how Spain got off the colonization bucket. Like they never, we get called colonizers by a woman named Ocasio-Cortez.
Right.
What's in your bloodline there, sister? Who exactly do you hail from, real quick? That's like getting called anti-Semitic by somebody called Bobby Hitler. Like, why don't we clean our own backyard first there?
Well, it's also like me and you were talking about that, where it's like, you owe us reparations. It's like, we're Irish and Italian. Right. We weren't even here.
Right. Exactly. The British were kicking the crap out of our ancestors for 1,000 years before they even knew you people existed.
Right. But this is why America is great, right? You can be from Ireland and be the victim of all the racism initially, and then be around long enough that you can be the racist.
Right? Yeah. That's how they just put you into a color swatch, and all of a sudden it's also your fault. And you're like, my grandpa got here in like 1935.
Right.
These are also 80 IQ people that have
the whole group combined.
Right.
That's pretty high.
That have achieved one of the highest levels of federal government. They are in Congress,
on TV all the time.
Right. And somehow they're so narcissistic, they're so arrogant that instead of seeing themselves as an example of how great this country is, that even me, a functioning retard, can make it to Congress.
Yeah.
Right? If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Well, or she can do it, who called a knife a tool that can't be used to murder anyone.
It's so good. This is why I
would have argued that knife's not even able to murder somebody. The knife that murdered the kid?
it actually happened in
murder
your
weapon?
district.
You feel the murder weapon.
It was not murdery enough. This is why, and I love this country. I love this state. I'm a huge fan of Texas, but I will never forgive this freaking state for not putting her through to this primary. The fact that we have to deal with this loser Tallarico and his just smarmy like nonsense for 3 months instead of watching her instead lose, which would have been so much more fun. We needed my girl to win, and I'm pissed off about it.
If you see any videos of Tallarico, though, get questions asked to him from black people in town halls, it is hilarious to watch. Terrifying. He is so scared. It is hysterical. I swear you should watch him. They're like, you need to answer to us. And he's like, I will at some point. Is there a fire exit?
He's on stage looking for ways to roll his window up.
Yeah.
So true.
It's really funny to watch, I'm telling you.
It's because it's half fear and half pandering. He doesn't know which way to go to talk to them.
He's like, I want your vote, but I didn't know I'd have to be in a room with you. It's hysterical.
All right, we got to take a break. Gerard Michaels, Gerard versus Evil is the podcast, and of course you follow him on social media as well. Back in a second. No matter what your wife may tell you, we really are plenty of things that you can successfully do to change your own oil. You can paint a room. You can go for that. You can do that. You can try all sorts of different stuff. However, there is sort of a line. Selling your house on your own, don't do it. Don't do it. It's just very, very difficult. You need to find somebody who understands it. You need to be able to price it the right way. You need to be able to market it the right way. And you need someone who, knows how to go through step after step after step. The paperwork is just one thing. But even that, you could be talking about thousands of dollars you're flushing down the toilet without even realizing it. It's really important to find the right real estate agent in your area, and you can do that very easily with realestateagentsitrust.com. They experienced agents. These are vetted agents. They perform incredibly well, and they have a great track record of getting results. Whether you're buying your first home, selling your current one, or doing both at the same time, they'll match you with someone who's been through the process like countless times and knows how to avoid the common mistakes when you're making one of the biggest financial decisions in your life. You might want to have that person on your side. So go to realestateagentsitrust.com. This is a free service to you, by the way. Check it out, realestateagentsitrust.com. It's realestateagentsitrust.com. All right, let me tell you about predictableshow.com, live coverage tonight on the YouTube page of the Arizona primaries. That's going on. Dave Landau in Michigan this weekend. DaveLandau.com for tickets.
DaveLandau.com for tickets. And a quick August 20th, Cleveland, Ohio just announced, but more importantly, Gerard.
Oh, yeah.
At Gerard versus Evil for all things comedy in the Austin area. But if I could, vetclaims.ai is a company I work with that's really phenomenal.
Yeah, that's great.
Luke Simoner.
Yeah,
the CEO is a great dude, Purple Heart dude. And what's amazing working with these folks is there's 17 million vets in America, and there's less than 600 accredited VA claims agents.
It seems impossible.
It's unreal. 1 out of every 3 veterans get denied outright, and most of it's paperwork and bureaucracy. So Vet Claims is a company that's really helping people navigate this labyrinth, and it's something I'm very proud to work with, and it's something that these people need all the help we can give them. And when we hear things like 22 people a day, commit suicide, our veterans, when you factor in alcoholism and self-medication and drug addiction, it's actually closer to 34 people a day. So if you know anybody that's struggling, that could use some help, it doesn't necessarily have to be a veteran. You can be a family member, a friend. Have them go to vetclaims.ai. It's a free survey, and hopefully they can get the help that they need, and get some life-changing revenue.
That is really cool. That's a really cool. I mean, we have all this. I mean, the AI is going to take over the world and destroy us, obviously, but we should use it for good things until then.
I agree.
Yeah, it's crazy that you can actually find a good way to use it.
That's what I mean.
They're helping me with the case with my dad, and I'm very, very grateful for them. And Gerard helped me reach out with them, so thank you for that.
Very cool. Thanks for doing that.
Great organization.
Great organization to work with. Okay, we got to go. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.
Bye.